Welcome to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm John. We're a couple of overweight barbecue enthusiasts trying to share our love for sweet and smoky food with the world.
Thanks for hanging out with us as we talk about life, share recipes, successes, and failures that have all led to our love of cooking outdoors. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Fat Guys with Smokers. I'm Mike here with John.
In the pit.
In the pit, which is a name we came up with
walking down the stairs
like 15 seconds ago.
Much like the name of this show.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. The pit.
Yeah.
Cool
meaning.
I feel like we need a little like smoker back here puffing up smoke.
Oh, that would actually be pretty
Dude,
sick.
we should put a drum back there.
Seriously. We could just have delicious things. Maybe not in your basement, but we could put like a fog machine or something.
Yeah, I think Haley might draw the line there.
That's fair.
She's incredibly understanding.
That might.
Incredibly supportive. I think me lighting a fire in her basement might be the straw.
That's fair. That's fair, I think. I don't think that's unreasonable, Haley.
I don't either.
But it is good to be back. We were just saying we haven't been together for, it seems like forever. I mean, we had the Texas Zoom call that was so awkward.
Yep.
Probably some of our best content, but it was just so awkward.
I hate Zoom.
I had a hard time even listening to it back because it was just, we were trying not to talk over each other. It felt very unnatural, so.
I know. It was brutal. I don't know how I do it all day at work.
Yeah.
But I am grateful to be here in the flesh, face to face.
Ditto.
Back in the pit.
Heck yeah. It is December.
It's December.
Do you guys have the elf on the shelf?
No.
Don't ever get the elf on the
shelf.
No,
there are a couple of elves that come and visit the Saturday, I think, after Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool.
They bring Christmas jammies for everybody, and then they spend the month with the boys, making sure they stay on the up and up and report back to Santa if we have any bad behavior. So,
but they don't hide in your house or anything.
Nope. They sleep with them, and it's great. And then they go back to the North Pole.
Dude, that's how ours is named Snowballs. I named him Snowballs. Everybody else calls him Snowball. But he comes the 1st of December, and he usually brings jammies too, and then just terrorizes my house for 25 days. So,
frickin' snowballs.
I don't know how he got our address, but if I ever figure out who gave it to him, there's going to be words. Strong words. Yeah, what else?
I don't even know, man. We were just talking, like, trying to get caught up. There's a couple of big life events that we will talk more about next week.
Fun, exciting stuff.
Super cool, but on the down low right now. So, we were getting caught up about that. It really has been like 3 weeks since we've sat down and had any time to chat.
For real.
But you you were back in St. George.
Was.
Saw your friends at Pico Rica.
Mm-hmm. We did.
What'd you have?
Let's see. I let Damon choose because we were down there for his football trip, and he really, really wanted to go.
And did they win? They won, didn't they?
Yeah, they won the championship, which was really cool.
Yeah, kind of a upset, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to do very well at all, and we beat a lot of teams that had never lost. So, really fun. Shout out to the Ridgeline Hawks. Makes me sad to say that, but
any given Sunday or tournament Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they got you. Anyway, Damon really wanted to go to Pico Rica. We went this spring when we were down in St. George. I feel like I've been in St. George more in the last year than I have like my entire life, because that is true. But we did go, and he really wanted to go again. So we got a beef rib because they had beef ribs, like a dino rib, which, man, I mean, you paid for it, but it was pretty good. And then we just got some pulled pork, and I didn't know this at the time. I thought that I just had like a bad cold. I couldn't taste anything.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was pissed. I was like, man, I'm congested, so I had a little hot sauce.
You had the vid.
I had the vid hard. So, which, anyway, so I couldn't taste anything, but
Can you
Damon
taste
said
stuff
it's really
now?
good. Yeah.
Is it back?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. I mean, a couple days after that, after I had sold my kidney to Pico Rica to get some food, it was back. But anyway, he loved it. We took some pictures.
That's
I'll post
awesome.
them on Instagram. I was going to, and then I forgot. So I'll post them. He's got a big smile on his face. He loves it there. So
No, that's
fun
fantastic.
time. So
No, that's great. Yeah, I was in Dallas. We talked about that. Actually, I was all over Texas, but I hit 2 different Terry Blacks.
mm-hmm.
I hit the one in Dallas, and I hit the one in Austin. And the one in Dallas, I had a beef rib there, and it was a fortune. But it made me rethink what I charge when I do catering.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rethink this a little bit.
For reals, man.
But one of the best beef ribs I've ever had. And then did I tell you about the banana pudding?
You showed me a picture. I don't know that you told me about it, but
Anyways, we had banana pudding at Terry Black's, and then we went to a place called Tupelo Honey that night, and they had some of the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life. But they had banana pudding that was like, we ordered a couple of them to share at the table, and then we ordered another one. Like, it was so good.
oh wow.
So, and the recipe was on the website. Like,
Oh,
this was a
really?
pretty, this was a glitz and glam. It was at the complex is called The Star. It's right by the Dallas Cowboys practice facility.
Okay.
So, it was a pretty glitzy place, but they had the banana pudding recipe on the website. So,
Oh wow.
we're going to give that a whirl this
You gonna
weekend.
try it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Sunday.
Nice.
So,
That's exciting. I expect a sample.
if it turns out.
I forgot where the mute button was.
Hey, you found it. You did it.
Still trying to kick this cough, but
I know.
I don't think I'm contagious. So
Man, it just seems like everyone's had the crud. I had like a sinus thing. We'll do a shout out here in a second, but I'm going to put in a plug for the nasal lavage machine.
oh, I've heard it on the radio.
Yeah. So it's $100, and you feel like you're selling a kidney when you buy it, because you can buy like the little squeeze bottle thing for, $10 at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Get the machine.
Really?
It is a game changer. Yeah, it like shoots water up one nostril and it comes out the other, and
Do you have to do the whole like thing while it does it, or does it just do it for you?
I've done it so much I don't even think about it
That's
anymore.
just kind of what you do.
But yeah, you kind of have to like open up your, like almost like pop your ears a little bit, or like pressurize them.
Yeah.
And then it just like, it builds up pressure and then it shoots everything out. And
Sounds really nice.
dude,
Ridiculous. The things that you get excited about at this point in our life.
as you get older, I know. I had my annual physical this week, and we're sitting there talking with my doc about a couple of things, and I'm like, I never thought I'd like be looking forward to having a conversation about my health this way.
Yeah.
Like, this is not normal. He's like, yeah, it's called middle age, John. Welcome.
That's just how it is.
Thanks for nothing, Bruce. But
Shout out to Bruce. Thanks for all you do.
so you've got a shout out.
I do, yeah. So I've been kind of thinking I want to do something a little bit different for the holidays this year. Like, I've done the pulled pork, I've done the pork loin, done the turkey. Love all of it, but I just kind of looking for something new and different, and came across this guy. He just like came through on my social media feed. His name is Pig and Rooster Barbecue. We can't find a ton of information on like name and stuff, but we do know he's from Brisbane, Australia.
Which that alone is kind of cool.
Right. That's kind of what I thought. Like,
Rockin' American barbecue down under.
putting another shrimp on the barbie.
bobby.
So yeah, his handle says home cooked American barbecue, based south of Brisbane. So he's just got some really good stuff, and it's interesting. Like it is American, but I don't know, this is dumb, but he'll say like you have this many kilograms of meat and stuff, like just kind of a different perspective of things, and the spices he uses are a little bit different. So
Do you think the smoke swirls the other direction down there?
it has to, right? That's the only thing that makes sense.
Sorry, these are the jokes, folks. If you don't like them, like and subscribe, and then fast forward to the end.
Anybody that's made it this far, they're into it. All right,
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Speaking of which, what do you call a hippo with one leg?
I got nothing.
A hoppo.
Oh shoot!
Oh, we'll be here all week,
Yeah.
folks.
But we need a little. There it is. Oh man, they love us. They love us.
Gotta love the clap track.
Anyway, speaking of the holidays, John, we kind of thought we'd talk a little bit about holiday meals and some of our plans, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're just coming off the Super Bowl of cooking holidays, but the Pro Bowl is here.
Mm-hmm. The Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl.
Christmas has got to be better than the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is garbage.
I know, but it's kind of exciting. It's an excuse to go to Hawaii.
That's fair.
And there are two good holidays to have good meals. Christmas, New Year's. I think most people do one or the other, not both.
Right.
So we do Christmas Eve with my family every year. Have a big meal. What do you guys do? Anything?
We're still trying to figure it out. We went to my wife's aunt's for years and years, and then everybody's families just got so big that we just didn't fit. So we're still trying to kind of figure out the best thing. So we are pending traditions right now. So we'll see.
Support that.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So we've got a real traditional. We do a prime rib. Well, we rarely do a prime rib. We do a rib roast that we cook whole.
Nice.
So the only thing that makes a prime rib is that it's a prime grade standing rib roast.
Have you had a prime one, and can you tell the difference pretty easily?
Yeah, I feel like you can.
Really?
And I don't know that it's pretty easily. I don't think most people are going to be able to tell the difference. And if you cook a choice roast well, not cook it. Let me use different words. Someone's going to come unglued that I just said cook it well, because we don't want it well done.
Mm-mm.
We want it prepared appropriately.
Nice.
And with correct technique. I think you can get a really tender, awesome rib roast from a choice cut and not have to spend a ton of money on a prime cut of beef, because they're great and they're delicious, and if you can afford it, by all means get the prime, get the Wagyu, get the dry aged, and do it, and it'll be delicious and fantastic. I'm not real hip on spending $25 a pound.
Yeah.
So
this is a cheat code I have not unlocked, because I just have a hard time committing to the price tag on a rib roast.
yeah, so if you watch the deals, here in Utah, Smith's, Kroger will typically put choice whole rib roasts in a bag on sale for $5 or $6 a pound.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, which is great. And even if you're not going to do a prime rib, buy it, and then we trim them and carve them into. We'll normally take a roast or two, like a 2 or 3 bone roast,
Uh-huh.
and then we cut the rest into steaks.
Yeah.
And now you've got ribeyes that are, $5 or $6 a pound instead of $14 or $16 a pound.
Right. Huh.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, we typically do at least one each. My dad and I. I have trimmed as many as 5 in a year, for the year, and we just vacuum pack them and freeze them, and it's awesome to have in the fridge.
So give a ballpark. How big are we talking a rib roast?
I'm trying to think now. Anywhere from 16 to 25 pounds.
Okay.
I mean, think of the length of a brisket.
Mm-hmm.
That it's about that same length, but it's ribeye is all still stuck together.
Right. So when you cook prime rib, do you cook the whole thing, or do you cut it in half?
You
do
can
half prime rib and the rest steaks.
Yeah, so you can do the whole thing. The hard part is cooking that big of a piece of meat is getting the middle to a medium rare without the ends turning into leather.
Yeah.
So we will typically cut them, and I don't mind doing like a 4-bone is typically the biggest I want to do, and I don't remember. I'm trying to think through my head when I've cut these apart. I think there's 8 or 9 bones normally.
Okay.
On a whole rib, and so we'll cut like a small 2-bone, which is great for a meal, no leftovers. And then we'll cut a 3 or a 4-bone for a big meal with the whole family, and then you get a couple of steaks after that.
Right on.
There is a lot of trimming that you've got to do. You got to cut the fat cap off. You can, and you can trim it a bunch of different ways. For the whole rib roast, that's what you want. You can take the bone off. You can leave the bone on. I tend to leave the bone on.
Just for presentation?
Yeah, and I like the flavor it gives and how it cooks into.
Oh, interesting.
Cooks into the meat. It also, I think, acts as a nice heat shield.
Okay.
Having the bone there. It's totally my opinion. Lots of places they'll cut the bone off so you can season the whole thing, and then they'll tie the bone back on, or they'll just get rid of the bone.
Okay.
But there's a lot of fat that you can pull off of it. That renders down really well into tallow, which is great for just cooking steaks in general and basting on, or really using any place that you would use fat in any other recipe. And then with the steaks, there's a myriad of things you can do. You can leave them as the whole thing. You can pull the ribeye cap off. You can go bone in. You can, almost do I guess really more of a cowboy cut than it is a tomahawk, but you can leave big old bone on there. And I like thick steaks. I like cooking my steaks when they're at least 1.5 inches or 2 inches thick. So you've got a lot more control over how thick your cuts are when you do it yourself.
Nice.
But we typically season Traeger's prime rib rub is awesome. It's got a little bit more sugar in it than a lot of the other rubs that we've used, so that's one that we like. Also, just holy cow, right?
Yeah.
That's the go-to beef rub.
Holy cow on beef is really good.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
But then to cook it, it goes out on the smoker, seasoned up until the center hits whatever temperature you want it to. I typically take it to about 125, and then I sear the outside either with a blowtorch or on the gas grill.
Okay.
Get it just screaming hot, and there's so much fat on it, dripping down in. You really oftentimes end up with a giant inferno that you're kind of having to fight the flame on, but it's a good way to kind of finish it off. Then let it sit and rest for 15, 20 minutes. Let everything redistribute. And it should finish right around 130, 135.
Okay. So we're talking how long it cooked? 3-4 hours?
Obviously, it depends on how many bones. But anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours,
Okay.
depending on how big you go.
Right on. So a lot different than a brisket then. You're not rendering. It's not as fatty.
Well, yeah, that, and you're only going to 125. You're not going all the way up into the stall and through. So that's rib roast is probably one of my favorite meals in the world. So
it's on my bucket list. One day I want to try it, but
yeah, do that with, get some au jus, real hot horseradish. The hotter, the better.
Just buy it out of a bottle.
You can. I've tried to make it a couple of times, and it's like, it's a whole science, and like, it oxidizes, so the longer it's out in the air, the hotter it gets. And
really,
yeah, horseradish is weird, man.
I did not know that.
It's from the same family as wasabi.
Okay.
So it's a root that you like grind down into a paste. That I love horseradish.
Yeah.
And like, I want to like eat it and like be able to feel the heat on the back of my eyeballs from it. But do that with a couple of different things that we've done. I'm a big fan of mashed potatoes with it. I've also done a Lyonnaise like stacked sweet potato.
Oh.
That I'm a pretty big fan of, with a lot of heavy cream in there. And then one of two different directions. You can either stay with the heavy cream and sweet and do like a cream corn, or I'm also, a huge fan of Brussels sprouts and asparagus or broccolini, if you want to get fancy.
Sure.
Just kind of like a bitter green to offset everything.
Nice. Dude, sounds awesome. I'm going to try that before I die. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but
oh yeah, man. No,
it's on my to-do list for sure.
We'll get you going this year.
Nice.
Assuming Kroger comes through for us.
Yeah. Yeah, shoot me a text when you find out, because I never shop at Kroger. I should. I've heard they've got great deals. I just never go there.
I check their ad changes on Tuesday. Actually, I need to look. I didn't look yesterday. Their new ads come out on Tuesday, and they run Wednesday to Wednesday.
Okay.
And then it's all I do is look at the meat there. That's really all we shop there. We are dedicated Walmart grocery pickup people.
That's where we're at too. It's hard to beat, man. It's hard to beat.
It's so convenient. And I actually had to go into a Walmart the other day. It was the first time I'd been in one in like 3 months. It was a fortune, man. Like walking up and down the aisles and.
Yeah, grocery pickup has saved us probably hundreds of dollars for not just walking in and impulse buying the Christmas trees and the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes, dude.
Oh man, I got a stack of them upstairs.
I heard yesterday, I was listening to Malcolm Reed's podcast.
Do not tell me that they're like full of carcinogens. I'm gonna die. Okay.
I don't care about that crap. I'm sure it's true, but they smash them up and mix them with cream cheese and make it dude. I gotta try it. Like, it looks phenomenal.
I know. I was thinking about it. Smoke some cream cheese up.
Oh, smoked cream cheese.
Yeah, bro.
That's another level. All right. Well,
I know what we're doing this weekend.
Absolutely.
You need to come over on Sunday to see what I did anyway. So.
All right. It's happening. It's officially happening.
I got my phone out. I was going to look something up while you were talking.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you want me to stall?
No, you're good. I was going to check the Kroger.
Nice. Hey, we are nothing if not authentic. Well, let me tell you about my idea, all right?
I know. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, see, like I said, I was trying to come up with something new, and I wasn't even searching for anything. And our Australian friend, Pig and Rooster Barbecue, I want to make sure I say his name right as I'm shouting him out, came across a video of his where he made pulled ham, which I have never heard of, but
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be. I'm really excited about it. I like ham. I don't hate ham at all, but I've always kind of felt like it's just a huge chunk of meat. You can put some seasoning on the outside. We've talked about getting a glaze kind of in between the cracks on a spiral cut to try to get a little bit of flavor. But I just feel like it could use a little more flavor, but it's also super salty, so you don't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I also? It's such a pain in the butt to carve.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's like there's the shank, and you ought to be able to see it. Like, I think a ham is one of the hardest meats to carve and have it look nice.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed. So, anyway, I'm pretty excited about this. I've watched so far. Apparently, this is a big thing. I've watched a lot of videos on it recently. But you basically start it off like a pork butt. So you cross cut it, score it.
And this is with a cured whole ham.
Yes, not spiral cut.
Not spiral cut.
Yeah, but just a ham or a ham shank, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But not spiral cut. So you score it, and then you treat it like you would a pork butt. You can put a binder on it. I saw a lot of people using hot sauce or mustard, which honestly, ham and mustard doesn't freak me out. I know you can't taste it, but I'm like, oh yeah, mustard for sure. And then season it up with favorite barbecue rubs. And then you smoke it. And then after several hours, when it's got a pretty decent bark on it, I've seen a lot of different things, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and put it in a foil pan. A lot of people use beer or some kind of a braising liquid. I saw a lot of apple juice, things like that. I'd like to kind of try pineapple juice and just see how it goes.
It certainly helped the pork breakdown.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hey,
So
can we take a moment to everyone learn the lesson that stupid John forgot? It's been like 4 years since I've done this, but
okay, tell us, John.
on the bottom of spiral cut and non-spiral cut hams, there's a plastic plate that they put over the exposed end of the bone, because that exposed end of the bone can be sharp. It can poke through that fancy foil wrapper that they put around your ham. Make sure you pull that off before you put it on your smoker and let it sit there for hours.
Oh, did that ruin the whole thing?
No, like it's the joy of going low and slow, right?
Yeah.
Like it was only 225 degrees. Like, it wasn't really like make it drippy and melty, but it was incredibly pliable, and I like pulled it off. I was like, what the? So,
bummer.
anyways, remember to pull the plastic plate off of the bottom of the ham.
Duly noted. That's hilarious. That is something I would totally do. Like, just you get thinking about everything else, and that just.
Oh yeah, and I'm just glad it was like ham. It was on a smoker. It was low and slow, and it wasn't like walk out there and like, why is there black smoke coming out of the
plastic
Oh,
fire.
Nice. Melted plastic fumes all over the dinner I'm serving to my mother-in-law.
Delicious. That's funny. Anyway, braising liquid. I'm thinking pineapple juice. I saw today I was in the lunchroom, and the lunch ladies, they try to just put some stuff. They're trying to, get rid of a lot of stuff. And they mixed pineapple and mandarin oranges together, just in a cup. It made me think, I wonder if you could like make some kind of a glaze that was like an orange pineapple glaze, and it would be any good.
Oh, you totally can.
Yeah.
Kendrick Barbecue
Okay.
does a pineapple apricot.
Oh.
It uses what's it called? Pineapple tidbits
Okay.
and apricot marmalade
Oh. Okay.
for a glaze.
That sounds good.
Oh, look. I am 95% sure it's Kendrick.
I support it.
Let me check.
Anyway, braising liquid, wrap it in foil. And I think that's the key. I don't think you can just leave it on there like a pork butt. I feel like it would, I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head, but I just think of how salty ham is. I think it would dry out and be kind of disgusting. But if you keep it moist with a lot of with a lot of braising liquid in there, wrap it in foil and just kind of let it, break down in its own delicious juices. And then you pull it. You just pull it like you would a pork butt. It pulls a little differently. Obviously, it maybe not as much fat in there, so it might not break apart quite as easily. But it just looks like pulled pork. It's just ham. And so I've seen a lot of people do different things with it. Most of what I've seen is people have just used it and put it on like sliders or, some kind of a ham sandwich. That's kind of the direction I'm leaning, but I'm still kind of looking it up.
No,
But,
I think that'd be delicious, and I'm even thinking like on a salad,
oh, yeah.
a little shredded ham on a salad.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you're gonna eat a salad, you might as well cover it in smoked meat, anyways, right?
100%. Yeah, but I'm kind of excited about it. It's a different way. I hate chewy ham. Have you ever had like school lunch ham that's like half an inch thick and it just tastes chewy? It's like been squeezed out into I don't know. It's almost like a hot dog but giant. So I think the texture would be good. I like the idea of like mixing some different flavors in with it after you pull it. You know, kind of like we do sometimes with pulled pork, put a little sauce in there or even some extra rub. I like the idea of mixing some extra flavors in with the ham as it's shredded. So
It was Benji.
nice. I'll have to
So
look that up.
I just saved the video on the account, so you can check that out.
Sweet, I will.
But no, I think it sounds good.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. It's different, and
It's different, and like I love our rib roast tradition. Like it's a big fancy meal. Like it's very like picturesque. But I gotta be honest, like I am more and more into the simple meal.
yeah,
Like our Sunday meals, it used to be the day that I was like, oh yeah, I get to cook and I get to do this, and man, we do 4 sides, and we do like, nope, not anymore.
ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, you've got time for it, but I'd rather spend that time, throwing a dummy for my dog, or watching a show with my kids, building Legos or something.
Yeah,
So doing a nice simple meal, having sandwiches, and man, I'm a huge fan of sandwiches.
yeah, dude, big fan.
Yeah. Which I think it's been about a year since I smoked that bologna. We may have to go back and do another round of that.
Oh, that was good. I forgot about that. That was a great day. Pause while we reminisce. You see the drool falling out of our mouths if you're watching on YouTube.
No. Nope, we cleaned up the memory card. We don't need to do any. Please wait. Searching for signal.
That was awesome.
That was fun. But well, cool. Well, I'm excited for the holidays. I'm
For sure.
just excited to like kind of kick back and enjoy some time with the family, taking a little bit of time off of work, and you obviously get time off of work.
I do, man. And it's the only thing keeping me going right now. I'm pretty excited. I don't know if you've ever hung out with a lot of kids during December, but I've heard elementary schools are way worse. But even the high school kids
I can't imagine,
excited. And
I can't imagine all that many elementary school kids.
dude, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
So, well, I think we reached that point, Mike.
I think so. They're playing our song. So
You mean this song? Until next time, I'm John.
I'm Mike.
Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.